Before the skyscrapers, before the highways, this was America. Rare photographs from a nation still finding itself. History Unveiled. San Francisco, 1851. Abandoned ships from the gold rush sit rotting in the harbor. Their crews left for the mines. Most never came back. Florida, circa 1903. Young African-American convicts chained together, leased to harvest timber. Chain gangs built roads and railroads across the South. The practice didn't end until the 1950s. California, 1852. Miners during the gold rush. Thousands came west chasing fortune. Most found only dust and disappointment. Charleston, South Carolina, 1860s. Civil War damage still visible across the city. The South's proudest port reduced to ruins. New York City, 1860s. Wall Street before the towers. After the war, veterans flooded the city looking for work. A recession in 1866 meant most found none. Nashville, 1860s. A view of the city before neon lights and honky-tonks. Today, it's unrecognizable. Back then, just another southern town rebuilding. Michigan, 1860s. A Union Field Hospital in a rural area, a familiar sight across America during the Civil War. Medicine was primitive, survival was luck. Boston, 1860. Boston as the eagle and the wild goose see it. One of the oldest surviving aerial photographs, likely the earliest ever taken in America. Atlanta, 1864. A black Union soldier stands guard at a slave auction house on Whitehall Street. The sign still reads auction and sales. History changing in real time. Yosemite Valley, 1865. Before it became a national park in 1890. Nature unchanged for millennia. Humans just learning to preserve it. Southeastern Alaska, 1868. Indigenous peoples sitting on rock cod. The frontier was still wild. These faces belonged here long before settlers arrived. Atlanta, 1864. The Ponder House after the Battle of Atlanta. Confederate troops had occupied it. Union forces shelled it. War leaves nothing untouched. Yellowstone, 1869. Mammoth Hot Springs before the park existed. Cities changed constantly in the 19th century. Nature stayed the same. Washington, D.C., 1870s. The Capitol building still evolving. Its cornerstone laid in 1793. Over a century later, still not finished. Helena, Montana, 1870. Street view of a town that grew up during the gold rush. Designated territorial capital in 1875. Big Sky Country was just getting started. Yellowstone, 1871. The Hayden Geological Survey Team. They explored and mapped the land that would become America's first national park. Yellowstone Lake, 1871. The first boat on the water. Today, it's a recreational hotbed. Back then, pioneers were just discovering what was possible. St. Helena Island, South Carolina, July 4, 1877. Folks gather under Spanish moss to celebrate Independence Day. A decade earlier, this state was in ruins, now rebuilding. California, 1880s. Travelers drive through a tunnel carved into a giant tree. The trees were so massive, roads went through them. Miles City, Montana, 1880. A cowboy saloon. Real ones weren't like Hollywood westerns, rough shacks in the middle of nowhere, tumbleweed for entertainment. Howard, South Dakota, August 28, 1884. Possibly the oldest known photograph of a tornado, captured about 22 miles southwest of town. Nature's fury, frozen in time. The Cascades, 1885. A railroad cutting through the Pacific Northwest, vital for the logging industry. America was being connected, mile by mile. New York, 1885. Giant toes and a torch waiting to be assembled. The Statue of Liberty, still in pieces on Bedloe's Island. Nebraska, 1886. A Homestead family poses outside their sod house. The Homestead Act promised free land to those willing to move west. Many took the gamble. 1890s. American photographer Francis Benjamin Johnston. By now, photography had been around for half a century, still a novelty. Here, the lens turns on itself. Coney Island, 1890s. Crowds pack the beach. Steeplechase Park and Sea Lion Park had just opened. Brooklyn's playground was booming. Boston Harbor, 1890s. A man rose through waters steeped in history, site of the Boston Tea Party, where American rebellion began. Boston Harbor, another view. The same waters where colonists dumped British tea in protest. Some places carry their history in every wave. Texas, 1905. Two common methods of hauling water in Old Mexico and the Southwest. Simple tools, hard work, a different era. Bisbee, Arizona, 1900. Men gamble over a game of faro inside a saloon. Cards, whiskey, and whatever luck you brought with you.
Guthrie, Oklahoma, 1889. The first blacksmith shop in town. Before the buildings came, someone had to make the nails. Dodge City, Kansas, August 1872. The first house on the present site. One building, one family. A legendary town just beginning. San Francisco, 1952. The Golden Gate Bridge photographed from a helicopter. An icon already, barely 15 years old. 1958. A 49th star added to the American flag. Alaska had joined the Union. The map was still being drawn. Washington, D.C., 1961. President John F. Kennedy celebrates with his wife, Jacqueline, at the inaugural ball. The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans. Chicago, 1893. The World's Columbian Exposition in full swing. The Field Columbian Museum was built to hold its artifacts, a city showing off to the world. Pine Ridge Reservation, South Dakota, 1891. A sweeping view of the land home to the Lakota peoples, history written across every hill. San Francisco, 1895. A horse-pulled California mail cart. No white delivery vans yet, just horses and dust. New York, 1895. Crowds gathering at the ferry entrance to the Battery. Getting around meant getting on the water. Florida, 1896. Henry Flagler's Florida East Coast Railway extended into Miami. The man who built Florida, mile by mile. Grand Canyon, 1899, 20 years before it became a national park. The Havasupai people had lived here for 800 years. When the park was founded, they lost much of their land. Grand Canyon, circa 1900. Victorian women posing at the rim. The canyon was millions of years in the making. It looks the same today. Venice Beach, California, early 1900s. A dance hall attracting vacationers. Los Angeles was becoming a destination. The Great Plains, early 1900s. A trio of Sioux riding horseback through the rural Midwest, the beauty of a vanishing world. Ormond Beach, Florida, 1903. Sail bikes on the sand. The Sunshine State was becoming a vacation spot. Hotels, railroads, and steamboat tours. Goldfield, Nevada, 1902. A mining town at the turn of the century. Gold had just been struck in the nearby hills. Boom times were coming. Fort Myer, Virginia, September 17, 1908. Orville Wright's crashed aircraft, the first passenger plane crash death in history. Lieutenant Thomas Selfridge didn't survive. New York City, May 23, 1911. Opening day at the New York Public Library. An elegant Boaz building on Fifth Avenue, a landmark day for the city. Washington, D.C., March 4, 1913. Crowds and cadets observe President Woodrow Wilson's first inauguration. Around 250,000 people. Cadets on horseback, a new era. New York City, circa 1915. Suffragist Elizabeth Selden White Rogers promotes women's right to vote. A crowd of men looks on. 1860. Before he became president, Abraham Lincoln had a life mask made of his face, frozen in plaster, preserved forever. 1924. Contestants for the Miss America pageant. The competition started in 1921, a new kind of American tradition. New York, 1929. Investor Walter Thornton trying to sell his car for $100 after the stock market crash. He later ran a successful modeling agency. Some recovered, many didn't. Paris, 1878. Before finding her home in New York Harbor, the Lady Liberty's head was displayed at the World's Fair, a preview of freedom. France, 1880s. Lady Liberty being packed up for shipment to America, piece by piece, a gift crossing the ocean. Mid-1800s. Lemuel Cook, possibly the oldest living veteran of the American Revolutionary War, a face that watched a nation being born. New York Harbor, 1945. The Queen Elizabeth bringing soldiers home after World War II ended. Packed decks, waving hands, the war was finally over. 1942. The FBI's fingerprint files, rows upon rows of cards, every print cataloged by hand, before computers did the work. Pacific Ocean, 1966. David Scott and Neil Armstrong's Gemini 6 capsule shortly after landing. The astronauts made it back. Space was still being conquered. 1921. Over 80,000 people attend the heavyweight championship boxing match between Georges Carpentier and Jack Dempsey. America loved to fight. From gold rush towns to championship fights, from wagon trails to space capsules, this was America still becoming itself. History Unveiled. Subscribe for more.